Throughout history, human rights abuses has been a regular feature of world government. But as society evolved, rights activists and defenders emerged. In recent times, many non-governmental organizations around the world have dedicated their efforts and resources to protecting human rights and ending human rights abuses. Organizations such as Children's Defense Fund, Human Rights Action Center, Human Rights Watch, Human Rights Without Frontiers, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, Simon Wiesenthal Center, and Amnesty International have all played a key role in advocating for human rights, seeking an end to all forms of abuses. Prominent among the rights organizations, Amnesty International is a world-embracing movement working for the protection of human rights. The NGO was founded in 1961 by Peter Benenson, a British lawyer, with the overall mission to undertake research and action focused on preventing and ending grave abuses of rights to physical and mental integrity, freedom of conscience and expression, freedom from discrimination, and promote all human rights. However, in recent years, the organization has since derailed from its original focus, causing many to raise eyebrows about its operation. Its numerous activities and operations in Nigeria have attempted to cause crisis in the country through its tailored and damaging reports about the Nigerian government. The frequent attacks on the government and the military are one that is fueling tension in the country.
The condemnation should be objective to me. If you're condemning a nation or if you're condemning a government of a nation, you should have a concrete evidence that this is what that nation is doing wrong, which have to be corrected.
Amnesty International is back to the drawing board with more deadly consequences.
Amnesty International, in times past, have castigated the Nigerian government and attempted to instigate the people to pick up arms against the government. But for the intervention of this standing Nigeria, who saw through the gimmick and rebuke Amnesty International, we need to say that enough is enough!
Amnesty International is presently immersed in a huge problem, one that has damaged its credibility severely and one that is destroying the organization. The NGO and the activists in it obviously seem to be supporting terror. Lately, the operation of the group in Nigeria has generated controversy with its many damaging reports and data deliberately criticizing the Nigerian government of human rights abuses and encouraging killings. For instance, one may wonder why Amnesty International is quick at indicting the government of the day and security agencies, especially the military, working tirelessly to restore peace in the northeastern and other parts of the country without condemning the heinous crimes committed by Boko Haram terrorists.
Aware that it may be to deflect attention and circumvent previous observations that Amnesty International only indicts a hard-working military while staying mute on the atrocities committed by the terrorists. The NGO will this time around provide moderate reprieve Boko Haram, Iswap terrorists, while still continuing the tradition of maligning the military, cause reputational damage that will block the prospect of international support and the terrorist bloodbath in the northeast of Nigeria.
It is clear that this organization knows that the people it is supporting are doing the wrong thing, but it is defending them simply because it wants to get at the government and weaken it. It was discovered that the protests being backed by Amnesty International are a fallback position after its support for Boko Haram and the Islamic State West Africa province did not translate into an ability to penetrate metropolitan cities and carry out attacks against places of interest in Nigeria. An option to use violent protests by IMN and IPOP similarly failed woefully. But we have also learned that this NGO has no desire of giving up on its destabilization agenda.
The war against insurgency, banditry and kidnapping, another internal security crisis in Nigeria, has been making significant progress, while Nigerians, local and international civil society organizations and international communities are commending and praising the resolute efforts of the government in tackling the country's insecurity. It appears that Amnesty International is in the country to laud these achievements and to shift the world's attention from seeing the laudable strides of the government. Amnesty International has failed to recognize the efforts and tough fights of the Nigerian army in being steadfast in the fight against insurgency and the protection of the country's sovereignty.
And the issue of the Boko Haram, Amnesty International are not being honest enough in condemning, the government, and not even condemning the Boko Haram, which the federal government are fighting.
To accuse military officer of being involved in war crime, you must look at the context of the battle.
This, to a large extent, I call it propaganda.
We relatively came to a conclusion that given the size of Nigeria, given our potential, given our borders, we cannot police our borders. But ask yourself, through where are the weapons for Boko Haram coming? Definitely there is a conspiracy outside, but what we have is a nation and we want to challenge it. We knew of different Amnesty International reports trying to negatively present this nation. We accord them the respect they deserve, but I say it publicly and with respect that we don't agree completely with whatever it is they put along.
The activities and reports of Amnesty International has so far fallen short on patriotism, with disregard for fundamental democratic values and principles of good governance in Nigeria. Amnesty International, for many, is a clog in the wheel of progress in the Nigerian government's effort in protecting human rights and a saboteur in the Nigerian army's relentless fight against terror that never show both sides of the coin. But will Nigerians and other patriotic citizens and groups allow the damaging reports of Amnesty International to go unchallenged? Not likely. The call for the vacation of the International Human Rights Watch from Nigeria has already gathered momentum.
As from today, if they write any negative report against Nigeria again, they will have us to confront it. And we are telling them that they must leave. In the 36 states of Nigeria, they must leave. As from tomorrow, we have declared them persona non grata in many of the states in Nigeria.
We have been able to establish that the conspiracy against the existence of Nigeria is more extensive and elaborate than previously thought. While Amnesty International is the arrowhead of the foreign component of this evil agenda, it has a large network of other NGOs, CSOs, and even quasi-business entities that are running errands for it. These are the groups that jointly issued statements to condemn the occupation of Amnesty International's office. Individuals also that are on its payroll equally expose themselves as such by condemning our action.
The coalition of human rights monitoring groups in Nigeria and other several civil society organizations have accused Amnesty International of fabricating reports to paint in the bad light the efforts of Nigerian military in fighting terrorism, joining other concerned Nigerians to intensify the call for Amnesty International to be banned from the country.
The operations of the Amnesty International could be a greater plot to destabilize. Don't let us allow that within the Committee of Nations. We have men that are on the battleground, human beings, families, who cannot sit down and listen to any agency negating the basis of our nation.
It is therefore apparent that the Amnesty International report has no connection with improving conditions of human rights in Nigeria. Rather, it appears aimed at 1. Creating wrong impressions to isolate Nigeria internationally.
Amnesty International blatantly refused to acknowledge the role played by a Boko Haram terrorist. It instead blamed the military for the atrocity committed by the terrorists, which is strategic way of absorbing Boko Haram terrorists of any blame, short of calling them good guys, while the military are the bad guys. We therefore warn authorities to be vigilant for the spike in attack. As Amnesty International is intensifying effort at mingling the country's security architecture so that people will perceive the military in bad light. We have had enough of its destabilizing lies, and we are saying Amnesty International must leave now.
as in Nigeria, Israel, the Democratic Republic of Congo, China, Vietnam, Russia, Chile, and the United States are among the countries that have strongly criticized the activities of Amnesty International for what they say in one-sided reporting and failure to see threats to security as a serious concern. One of the main disagreements with the report of Amnesty International has been its flawed methodology and bias in its investigations and reportage, which have led many to see it as a political organization with a vicious agenda. As the call for the group to quit Nigeria continues to make waves, it is never too late for the NGO to purge itself from the unfounded and unnecessary criticism of the Nigerian government and its military for some mischievous ends.
It is clear that Amnesty International becomes more active in presenting destructive allegations whenever the terrorists are losing ground in the battle. It is very unfortunate that Amnesty International has used this report to further confirm its questionable interest in the counter-terrorism effort in Nigeria.